What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark. With me today is Jazz Rich.
Yo.
Shayla Hill.
Hello.
And Cody Howard.
Yee.
I've come to the conclusion that Epic having a digital game store is pretty damn weird. I'm finding it hard to wrap my head around a publisher distributing another publisher's games. That's like Microsoft going to Sony to sell their games through the PlayStation Store. Like,
well,
what?
Sony sells Minecraft, and Minecraft's owned by Microsoft.
And yeah, but that's one game. They're opening themselves up to like everybody. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
It's gone full circle.
It's going somewhere. It's going to a fucking
Next thing you
weird
know,
place.
Epic sells Steam games.
It's something. It's fucking bizarre. Jazz, how was your week?
Bizarre. It was good.
We're going back to this.
I don't do anything
Are we
different
devolving?
weekly, so I don't really know. Like, I try to remember things I did this week, but I didn't work, so...
Well, I was thinking about combining our weeks with what we've been playing to kind of make things flow a little quicker, so there might be a solution coming soon. We'll see.
Oh, fuck. Now I gotta get on my Xbox and see what my recent games are so I can tell you what I've been playing.
How do you not know what you've been playing? Are you playing, like, really
My
garbage, forgettable
library,
games?
my library is 614 games
But
on
you
Xbox
play them
alone.
all weekly?
It's hard to keep track sometimes.
That's fair. So nothing going on, Jazz?
Just been playing games all week.
Just being alive?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of, but barely.
Yeah.
Shayla,
And I get it.
how was your week?
I've been pretty busy, but I've been working on editing my machinima and played a little bit of Sonic Mania.
Cody, how'd your week go?
Well, I beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Been playing a lot of Spyro.
That's a different
And
segment.
myself. Wait.
outside of outside of what you've been playing, how was your week?
Shit. Fuck me. Guess it's been relaxing. I haven't done much. Just watched a lot of Joe Bob Briggs' The Last Drive-In on Shudder.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know Joe Bob Briggs?
I mean, I do barely. I remember him doing some shit on TNT related to monster stuff, like when I was
he brought it back.
baby.
He's like 60 now, and he brought it back, and he's doing it on Shudder now, and it's called The Last Drive-In.
Wow, that's really
It's
strange.
awesome.
What a weird thing to bring back, but that's cool.
How was your week, Shaun?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking. So for me, I got my imported Onimusha HD Collector's Edition, which is super awesome, but it's for Switch, so I can't play it because that's in storage. But I got that in the mail. But yeah, I'm excited for the PS4 version to come out on Tuesday. I'll be able to play that, so I'm hyped for that. But I've been watching this thing called Honest Ads, which is like a mock-up commercial show. It's kind of what you would expect. They pitch products to you, but they tell you about like all the fucked up shit about the product and the company. One of them's for like an ad for coffee, and instead of saying things like, "Our beans are gathered from the finest sources in Colombia, and our coffee wakes you up in the morning to help prepare for your day and feel alive and awake." Instead of that, they say shit like, "Our beans are gathered by slave children who are paid pennies a day so that you can consume our black addictive drug that we sell to you legally." It's great.
Black tar heroin.
Exactly. And they sell it to you legally, and you love it. But no, it's just like 2 or 3 minute episodes of that. They just kind of flip commercials on their head and just make them funny, and it's awesome. But yeah, so that's pretty good. Something that's not so good is Berserk Season 2. I'm almost done with that. Overall, that's been kind of disappointing. Wow, it's been really disappointing. Like, it's an alright show, but it doesn't really go anywhere, and the places that it does go to are kind of underwhelming. So just a really missed opportunity, which sucks because it's been a long time coming.
My buddy's a big fucking Berserk fan.
Yeah, I used to be, and then it fucking died, and then they finally brought it back, and they pretty much ruined it. So great.
That's why you should read the manga.
I'm gonna read the manga. The manga's over, right?
No.
It's still going. It's been going for like 30 years.
Yeah.
I watched a movie called Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little underground film. You might not heard of it.
It's like a self-aware zombie comedy, and that was pretty decent.
Wait, Night of the Living Dead?
No. Night of the Living Deb.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a parody. Well, it's not even really a parody movie. It's just like a zombie comedy kind of, just self-aware kind of thing. It's entertaining.
Move over, rom-com. It's time for
Zom-com. I thought about using that term, but
Fucking Christ.
but I didn't want that reaction. But yeah, other than that,
I secretly love it.
it's great. It's beautiful. But yeah, after about 6 months, I finally resolved my battle with Fiverr, so that's nice. So Alex, she does the voice for Ada on Days, and she did some like Let's Plays and stuff like that with me. She started and for a while managed my Fiverr account. If you don't know what Fiverr is, it's basically like an online marketplace where you can sell like services as like an artist, a musician, editor, actor, and so on.
I have one of those.
So like you set up your page and it kind of shows like the service that you offer to people, and then people can contact you and you can do like one-off jobs for them, and just it's kind of a cool way to make additional money. But I completed like, I don't know, 10, 15 projects, something like that on there. So I had a balance of money dollars on there. And Alex started to get too busy and she couldn't manage the account anymore. So I tried to take it over, and it was just a fucking ordeal. Like trying to get the information changed over, it was just a nightmare. Like, because everything was under her name. Like it was her email address, it was her phone number, the security questions and stuff like that. It was all hers, and she didn't remember some of the information. And when I went to go get the password reset or to get my email put in there instead of hers, like they wanted to send everything to her like email and send the codes to her phone number and shit. I haven't been talking to her like on a regular basis, so that's just been like this huge fucking nightmare to get it done. And it's taken 6 months to fucking resolve it. Like they suspended my account, and then they released it, and then they closed it permanently. I had to put in like 5 support tickets. I had to reset my password like 10 fucking times. It was driving me insane. So finally,
that's a mess.
Finally that's dealt with. I got my money. My account's still closed, which kind of sucks because like as you complete gigs on there, you start to build like a reputation. And then like the higher your reputation goes, you get marketed throughout the community. Like they'll advertise you more, or like when they search voice actor or whatever, like you're more likely to come up. So the fact that that's gone and I have to start over is kind of frustrating, but at least I got my money. So it's a start. So that was my fucking week. So before we get into what we've been playing, who's played the Resident Evil 2 remake one-shot demo?
I have.
I was purposely not trying to play it because I want to wait. I want it to be like a surprise when it comes out.
I wanted to as well, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it. It was there, and it was just too tempting. And
I don't dick around. I filmed it immediately, minutes after I downloaded it.
Like I kind of like the idea of how they did it, where it's like a one shot where you just get 30 minutes. You can go in, play it a little bit, and then it's done. You know, like they only give you a very small taste of what it is. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. They didn't really spoil anything. Like the area that you play in is what we've already seen. You know, it's that very beginning part of the police station. So it's not spoiling anything. You just get a feel for like what the gameplay is like and more along that thing. So that's good. Like no story.
And you shoot it. Bang bang.
Yeah, bang bang zoom. But that way nothing's really spoiled. You just get to kind of know if it plays like shit or not, which was my concern. And I mean, it was really good. Like it plays really well. The difficulty feels right. The environments are really great. Like it feels good to explore it, and it feels very classic survival horror. Just kind of going through the enclosed environments and kind of what?
Hey.
What?
On a note of you calling me a liar, can
Whoa.
I just say
Whoa.
that I did play it?
She was hiding it from you.
I made a let's play.
Did play it? What?
I did a let's play of my playing it, and I'm really happy that there's a fucking bathroom in the RPD now.
Wow.
Yay!
Yeah, I've never had one before.
I can't believe you actually played it. Yeah.
You know what? I knew that you were going to be pissed off at me, and I knew that you were going to tell me to, so I was like, I'm going to fucking strike this right now and do it.
I would never do that.
Basically, I played it before you, which was great.
Wow. How dare you deceive me?
I was editing my Let's Play earlier, but we were all talking and I got confused, so I stopped.
Yeah,
oh, but except there's a catch. There's a catch. I played it in German.
What the fuck?
I put it in German as a joke, and then I forgot to switch it back. It's like, wow. Well, I can't go back now. I have half an hour. Let's go.
Well, how was it in German?
I understood when he said her name's Claire.
Perfect. I mean, that's all you need to know.
I was like, hey, I know that one. Or when he said Shiza.
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 Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things that I was a little bit concerned about. Like, the camera movement was a little bit clunky, and the movement itself was a little bit weird. But I think it just kind of gets a little, like, it just takes some getting used to. But just getting right into it, it felt kind of weird. And then, like, the interaction with the items and the doors was kind of weird. You had to be at the perfect spot to interact with something, especially the doors. And interacting with the doors doesn't even really have a purpose. Like, when you go to a door, the icon will prompt for you to interact with it, but you don't need to do that. But you just run into it and open it anyway. If you just walk into it, it opens. So that prompt
I like that he
shouldn't
tries
even
the
exist.
knob and pushes the door, though. He's like, I'm gonna fucking fuck.
Yeah. And then just like when I was trying to pick up items and stuff, like it just, I don't know, I'd have to hit the button several times and kind of readjust my character for him to actually pick it up.
It's so weird. You, like, when you pick up ammo, it automatically goes to combine. So you have to combine the ammo you just picked up with the normal ammo. Why not just auto stack it?
Yeah, there's that, and there's no option to take. It's just like combine.
But does it give you the option to just like put it directly in your gun?
No.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention. So.
It's so weird.
It is super weird, but I mean, these are really minor things. Overall, I mean, it's really good. It plays good. It looks great.
I put the brightness too high.
I didn't even touch the brightness because, like, I knew it would look all washed out and stuff. But that game is dark as hell. But in a good way. It's supposed to be. That's why they give you a flashlight.
I, like, basically raged about how everybody was talking about the game and how, like, to Beth, I was telling her, like, why I don't really have interest in getting it right this fucking second and shit. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go in my room for like half an hour, no longer than that, and do a commentary of my playing the stupid fucking demo for Shaun. And she's like, have fun, buddy. And I come back out half an hour later with like a frown on my face, and she's like, was it horrible? I'm like, I kind of want it now.
Good,
I was so mad. I was like, I don't have 80.
You mean 70? Or did they
have been converted?
In Canada. Yep.
But yeah, judging from the demo, it's going to be pretty damn good. So that's exciting. And they added some really cool like quality of life things. Like when you pick something up and your inventory's full, like you can just immediately swap your items. So you don't have to like go find the item box and put it in the item box and backtrack and get the item again.
Put it in your fanny pack.
That's pretty cool. And you could upgrade your fanny pack.
Your fanny pack. I want stickers on mine.
I love the fanny pack.
Yeah, in the first game you could get like a one-time upgrade to your inventory, and that was it. But in this one, it looks like you get 2 slots at a time. You can find like these little bags that slowly increase your inventory more and more. I really like that. I think that's cool.
Jill's gonna yell at me when she hears this podcast. Because she was like, hey, the demo for that game is out. You like Resident Evil? I'm like, get fucked. I don't want to play it. And I was like, yeah, I played it like while you were telling me that.
That's cool. But yeah, this was a really I'm glad I played this thing because like it's a really great way to do a demo, because like I said, they didn't really go into any story elements outside of what we already know from the announcement trailer, and then you get to go in there and get a taste for it, and like that's all you really need. My only problem with this is that they released it so close to the release of the actual game. Right. It's kind of pointless. Like if they had released this when they announced the game, or maybe even a month or 2 ago, like that would have made a lot more sense.
And then, it gets data mined because it's a demo, and all the plot comes out like in RE7 when they data mine that demo. And
or if you just fucking make it its own thing, like take a chunk of the game, separate it from the actual source file. Like you don't need to put the whole game out there as a demo. Like just take a piece of it, and make it its own thing. That way when people jump into the data, all they're going to find is what's in the demo. Like it
Could you imagine like the data miners open up the demo right before it releases, and they're gonna spoil everything, and every file they open just says "get fucked"?
That would be amazing. See, that's
just
what
like
they should do.
RE2 script, double click, open WordPad, get fucked. That's all it says for every line. Leon opens door slowly, get fucked.
Just says everything says for itchy tasty.
Yes.
Hey Shaun, did you
awesome?
Without like saying what it is, did you figure out the fucking passcode on that locker?
The weapons locker?
No, well I didn't have a weapon in there, just ammo.
I think she means the word pad.
Yeah, there's like 3 letters.
Well, there's multiple lockers that have that like 3-number combination, and no, I didn't figure out any of those. I was able to get one of the medals though out of that puzzle with the symbols.
Oh, I couldn't figure that out.
Like I was able to get one of those, but there's like 3 of them.
I walked away because I was mad my ladder wasn't there.
I fiddled with the puzzles, backtracked halfway backwards when the dude wanted me to go back to the main hall, and I was like, shit, I can't go any back from here. And then I had to retrace back to the room near the end of the demo, the library, and I still had minutes to finish that demo.
Yeah, I can't believe you almost died in that first area. I fucking laughed at that. You were 1 hit away from dying there, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh my god, is
I was
this
like,
fucker
good thing
gonna
I got
really
that
die
herb.
here?
I think it took me 23 minutes.
What's cool is the zombies are actually threatening. Like, zombies are so
retarded.
overused at this point, it's almost hard to be scary, but like, not only do they look really creepy, but since everything's so confined, and they take a lot of damage, and apparently they damage you a lot, judging from Cody's playthrough.
Because I got fucking eaten really almost immediately.
One thing that I've always liked about Resident Evil is when you shoot, when your bullet connects with an enemy, it feels nice, you know, like it makes a big impact and it just has this really specific kind of feeling. But that's kind of gone in the remake. But the reason for it is good. Like, it's a good reasoning, because when you're shooting the zombies, they're not fazed by it, so they continue to come at you. So they're more of a threat in that regard. And like, it's nice to be able to freely aim, but even shooting them in the head, like, it does more damage, but it still takes several shots to bring them down. And I think that's really important, because if you can free aim and you can just go for the head every time, it's just going to be way too easy.
And then they fall on the floor and you go, wow, they're dead, and then you get back up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they did a really good job on how they approached combat, and I thought that was cool, even though it was a little weird at first.
I was watching somebody play it, and they totally like threw it back to like classic RE when they're just like, oh yeah, he's totally dead, he's not bleeding on the ground, and they got back up and you said, what the fuck?
Well, for me, since I didn't adjust the brightness, I couldn't even see if there was a pool of blood, I didn't see that at all, because
there was no pools of blood. There was no pools of blood. He's just like, you know, he's dead when he bleeds on the ground, but I think he's dead, and he just gets back up. He goes, no.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. I have all the faith in the world that it's going to be good. Don't fuck up, Capcom. You got this. But yeah, so that was long-winded. So Jazz, what are you playing?
Other than the demo of Resident Evil 2?
Yes.
Well, right now, while we were waiting for Shayla, I went back to my Always Sometimes Monsters, and I still haven't figured out what the fuck to do, so I didn't do anything. Earlier today, I was playing Apocalypse, because it was in my PS3. I forgot how much fun it is. Yeah,
with Bruce Willis?
Oh, yeah. It's weird. Every time you say that, like, I know what that game is, but when you say that name, it just does not register in my brain. I guess because I'm thinking, like, modern. There's no recent game that's called Apocalypse. I don't think, oh, that PS1 game.
You mean that shitty X-Men movie?
That's actually, that's kind of what came into mind. That movie's garbage.
Garbage.
Never speak of it again.
Speaking of garbage movies and people getting salty, Shaun, last night when I made Angry Joe salty on Twitter.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about his movie thing. I'm just like, all he does is bitch and fucking moan. And I was like, why do I still follow you? And he just got all super salty. I actually had to delete those tweets. Or, yeah, the one where it said, why do I unfollow you? And then I said done, because the guy is like, you're a pussy, unfollow him then. And I was like, okay, done. I deleted those because I started getting fucking spammed like an hour or so after I messaged you that by a shit ton of people.
Well, to be fair, you're kind of being a dick.
Well, I'm just like, you go on Twitter, all you're gonna do is bitch about like Trump this and you're all fucking crazy, and if you don't agree with him, he fucking berates you. And I'm just like, I haven't watched him in years because he's biased as fuck. Like, I like the idea he has, but when you're fucking like super biased and like inclusive or exclusive or whatever fuck you call it, it's just like, you just come off as sour and whiny, and I was just like, why am I still following him? Because I keep forgetting to, and I was just like making a remark, and he's just like, oh, I see how it is, you can go #live your life, fucking super salty.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's funny that he responded to you, but what else you got, Jess?
Are we still in the what I'm playing?
Yes. Yeah, we derailed there for a minute.
I love it.
Fuck, every time. I've been on Revelations a little bit just to try to get an idea of what I'm doing next, but that's a different.
You played
segment.
Ark long enough to show me that my poor Stegosaurus is dying.
Yeah, I was on Ark with Diz a lot because we're trying to do or like Ark adventure compilations where we just like we save really retarded shit that we do to each other, and then we're gonna make like a big one video with it.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were doing that.
And I'm also we came up with an idea for like a sort of little machinima with Ark, kind of like Survivor, and I keep getting more ideas, and we exchange them a lot. So we go on there and we're playing, but most of the time we're trying to make guns, so we have a lot of fucking time to wait to get enough like resources. So we just come up with ideas. And I feel like there's other games I played more Tomb Raider because I want to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider again, but I want to play like all three. But I just never have the time to just sit there and play through all three games at once.
That's a big commitment of time.
Yeah, I think like if I don't remember my schedule next week, but I believe I'm off from Tuesday to Friday again, so I'm just gonna do it then. Just gonna like play all three. And last but not least, yesterday I was streaming some Code Veronica for Alec because he always asks me to do it again. He's like, "Hey, it's been a while. Can you do that?" And I'm like, "Okay." But my thing kept like disconnecting, so I just gave up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's so good.
Yeah. It makes me want to work on the machinima though.
Yeah, you need to do that. I don't. You have a million things going. I get you. It's fine. But still.
Yeah. And I haven't read the book like I said I was going to do. But I read some parts for, I think, demo yesterday. Because he didn't know about the whole, like, Wesker hard-on part.
You're supposed to read that book in silence. Remember? You're doing it wrong.
That was for the video.
Oh, fuck. How about you,
Yeah.
Shayla? What have you been playing?
Did Jazz just say Wesker hard on?
Shayla, you know about that.
I do? Is
Okay,
it in
just
one of those? Is it in one of those books by that girl?
Yeah, do I have to read it so people who are listening don't think I'm fucking perverted?
I kind of forgot that there was even such a thing like that, and I haven't read those books in like ever. Forever.
Yeah, it's basically it's in Code Veronica when Chris and Wesker are fighting, and Wesker's trying to piss off Chris, so he's like, I'm gonna go conduct some experiments of my own in Antarctica. Is your sister good looking? Because I have a hard on.
Oh my god.
And Chris gets all pissed off, and like, I was like, what? Oh, the 90s.
You said how hard on.
7 inches is all that I have for you.
7 inches. 7 inches is all I have to play with you.
Oh god. Gross. What you been playing, Shayla?
Please, quick, go.
I have been playing, okay, so mainly I've just been playing Sonic Mania, but I wanted to make note that after the podcast last week, I went back down to the arcade room, and they had Dance Dance Fever on in, and it's not what you think it is, but Don Don Fever on, and it's like this parody of a shmup shoot 'em up, but it's like ridiculous. I mean, it looks like at first glance it just looks kind of normal. It's like, oh, spaceships shooting in outer space, but like the little things that drop are little disco men doing the little disco dance, and like the bomb makes like a big like disco ball explosion, and it's amazing.
Wow.
Shayla, I thought you said you were going to the pool.
I did go to the pool, but I mean, like, I had another day of the con after
They
the pool.
have arcade machines in the pool.
Oh, America. After you left, I told them the story of the hot tub when you were talking to me, and then you dropped your
Oh
phone.
my god, and then bloop.
You were just like, what? Great. It's great.
But yeah, and I haven't been able to play Monster Hunter, but I have been playing Derek's.
Good.
Why are you so...
Good.
You want her to do a machinima. She has to play the game.
Oh,
And
fuck.
it's a good game. Why are you hating so much?
It is
Because you can't play.
a good game. What? I can play. But
Well, then why don't you?
because I'm trying to play other things. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, okay?
See
My
how
buddy
long you
put
spent on
over
Resident Evil
700
2.
hours in Monster Hunter.
And plus, I just, like, I'm kind of jaded, I guess, because I went into, like, the last time that I really played Monster Hunter, and I played a lot of it, was during one of their events that come and go, and you already know how I feel about that. I was really involved in it, and I probably spent, like, 6 or 7 hours that day just grinding out those missions, And it felt like there's no end. Like there's always going to be new armor and new missions and new shit to grind out, and it's like
I want this bodysuit from this T-Rex thing. Let me get, 3 missions in. I got 1 scale. Okay, let me do that for 7+ hours to get this full set.
But like
that's why I quit.
It's basically a games as service. And again, you know how I feel about that, but like I can't, it's not going to stop. Like I need games that I can go into, enjoy it, and have it end so that I can move on to another game because I'm so behind. Like my backlog is infinite and I want to go and play those games. So like I feel like I'm almost wasting my time when I'm playing a games as service because it's never going to end. It's just forever. Look at Street Fighter. Same shit. But at least Street Fighter I can play, like it's not overwhelming. Like that's the thing with Monster Hunter is like there's too much. And there's more that's always coming. And that's great if that's your game. Like if that's the game that you're going to play all the time like you do, that's cool. But you're missing out on so many other games is the problem. It sucks. But it's a good game. It's a good game.
It is a good game.
You just need to.
I just don't like the repetitiveness.
You just need to stop.
I mean, I guess it's just like I have like more games than all you guys, but like you guys are like
exactly. You should be viewing this the same way, like more than me. You should be like, oh, I've got all these games that I haven't even touched yet. Why am I playing Monster Hunter every second that I have to play games?
That's just a testament how enjoyable the game is. That I'm having fun with my friends, having a really good online experience and getting content and like new content to constantly play and keep me like interested despite the fact that I have like a billion different things I could play.
You mean the 1 hour new content that you stretch into 7 hours of grind?
I don't really see it like necessarily that way. I mean, yeah.
You're gonna have to come feed your stego though.
I know he's gonna die. I was actually wanting to do that before the podcast. Like, can I go revive my stego?
Yeah.
We'll do that after this. But yeah.
There you go. It's like rehab.
I guess I just don't, I don't know. I don't see it as, like, that grindy.
But Shaun doesn't spend hours in one video game, fucking weeks, trying to get all the trophies, though. So he doesn't understand it from your point of He's like, come play this game with me. I'm like, okay. But like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I fucking hate this game. I'm leaving.
Here's the thing, though. Like, Street Fighter V has an end. I might never get to it, but I'm playing it because I'm trying to get to that end, and then once I get there, it's done. Like, Monster Hunter, I don't feel like... I want to get all the trophies, but I don't feel like I'm ever going to get to an end there. And that sucks.
Last of Us?
Last of Us, again, I'm done. We'll get into that when we go to what I'm playing. But like most of the games I play have an end. There's a ceiling there. And the games that don't, I feel like once I'm done with that, even if it's a fantastic game, I don't feel accomplished. I feel like I'm just leaving a lot of shit on the table and I'm missing out. But unless I'm committed to play that fucking game forever, which is going to limit like how much time I'm going to have to play other games, I'm just not going to be able to enjoy it on that level. And I don't like that. And I'm the worst. I'm a completionist. So like when I play Monster Hunter, I want every suit of armor and I want all the collectibles and I want all the fucking palicos. Like I want all the shit. And the only way that's going to happen is if that game is my life. And I can't do that.
It's funny. You would have hated me when Dragon Crown was out if you'd talked to me back then.
Oh, I know. You were playing that constantly.
Constantly.
But again, at least that game has a ceiling.
Not really. Have you done the Tower of Mirage?
So it has a mode that's endless, and that's okay.
Yeah, mode is fine. But when your main game is...
Then your argument is kind of moot, because Monster Hunter actually has like an ending, and credits roll. And like...
Kind of. Again, like technically... You could get the trophies and call it a day, you beat it. And also, yes, there's a story. But for Monster Hunter, that game was built around being a community and being an ongoing thing. It's almost like an MMO, in a way. It's meant to go on and be supported long term. Like, that's what you... Like, when you buy into that game, that's what you're buying into. You're not buying into the campaign.
I like the campaign.
I like the campaign, too. I played that game, I have that game, and I actually really like that game. I need to move on from it.
I got hella close, I'm pretty sure, and I just stopped because I was just like, fuck this.
I'm like, oh my god, I fucking love that game so much. It's been killing me that I haven't been able to play it all week.
To be fair though, like I'm doing the same with Ark. Like Ark has no end game. Well, it does, but it's like such a fucking long ass process.
There's no credits in Ark either. You don't ever complete a story. You just get to the highest tier of upgrades.
There's actually you gotta like get all the things to go kill each dragon. There's like 3 or 4 dragons in the Netherworld, and those are like bosses. That's how you finish the game.
It's just like Minecraft. Minecraft, great game, lots of fun, but you can jump into that and lose a month building a fucking house.
Yeah.
You know, which is great. And when you go into that game, like you know that, and that's the experience. And again, you could play that game forever and ever if you really want to, but that's just, I can't do that. Like I like playing games as a whole. Like I'm not a Minecraft player. I'm not a Monster Hunter player. I'm a game player. I like playing all kinds of games. After a while,
you're like, no.
And it's like even when I'm playing games, it's like in the back of my mind, there's 5 or 6 or 7 other games that I'm thinking about, like I want to get to. So when I'm pouring all this time into this one game, I'm just like, fuck.
But that's what I mean. Like we all have our, like, you like playing the games with the campaigns, but you like the ones that have goals to get actual trophies to finish the game. Demo can spend fucking years on Fallout, killing people in his base and kicking them out.
I can play everything except for sports games and Call of Duty. If it's anything outside of the realms of those 2 games, I'll play it.
Yeah, see, and then like Shayla seems like more of a MMO, like playing with the community, and I fucking just like Demo. Like I'll play anything. Actually, I like sports games, but only hockey. And it's just like.
But doesn't it ever bother you that like there's all these other games that you even have right now that you can't get to because you're playing? Well, no, I'm talking about Shayla. Like you're playing other games, and
yeah. But like usually I like retro games because like I can sit down and play them in one sitting kind of thing. Like they're very like you can just kind of sit down. Yeah, I mean
I love that. Great. Like some people get pissed off because they play a game and it's too short. But when I play a game and I beat that shit in like 2 or 3 hours, I'm like, yes,
great,
fuck yeah,
yes, fucking love it.
And the thing is too, like if every game had the Monster Hunter or games of service model. Pick 3 games or 2 games or maybe even 1 game. That's all you get. That's all you're going to be playing because it's never going to stop.
Honestly, my biggest downside is to it is that it's hard for me to find people who want to play it consistently. Like it's hard for me, it's easy to just keep playing Monster Hunter, but it's hard for me, like with it being a year old, to find. It's almost like I have to be forced to get out of my comfort zone and like try to find new people to hunt with, which hasn't gone very well, or just like bug my friends to play. And they're all like, "Ugh."
Well, that's hard too because you get left behind. Like that's another thing. If you're not playing it every day and your friends are,
true. No, that's not true. Me and Usagi are like always ready and willing to help, especially if you're a friend, to help. Like Usagi especially, Usagi just like loves to help people through the game. And Usagi is super cool and polite and fun to play with.
Well, no, that's cool that that there's people willing to carry you through that, but it doesn't change the fact that as you level up and get new gear and shit, the other people are still left behind, and whether you grind that out yourself or you get people to help, you still got to constantly catch up, and that just sucks.
Catch up.
But yeah, what else have you been playing? Anything?
That's it. I've just been too busy with work that between Dara's Suit and getting to play Sonic Mania for a minute and just playing tons and tons of arcade games like Sunday at MagFest.
That's cool that you got to play stuff like that.
Oh my god, it's so fun. And they have like lots of it's really cool how they have like an entire like warehouse size space for just consoles, and then another entire warehouse size space for just indie games, and then a whole nother warehouse size space for just like arcade games, pinball games, claw machines, beat 'em ups, versus fighting games, shoot 'em ups, everything you can think of. They even had a fucking get in a little raft and row with an oar Sega game, like river rafting something or crazy rafting.
I think I've actually seen that before, yeah.
Yeah. And all this shit's on free play. I mean, you have to pay to get in, of course, but like, it's cool to be able to just sit and play the same game over and over again, or even just like, hey, I don't have to pump quarters in this to get to the end of this game. I could just keep hitting start and play all the way through.
Just imagine somebody's like playing DDR, and then like you can't put your fucking token on the side of the screen to call this. So you just
have to push them to the ground.
People just
my turn.
Mine.
People just line up. Like, there's this Taito Drum Master game that I really like, and it has the Ninja Warrior song Daddy Mulk on it, and it's like, it's this old school Japanese. I know it sounds a horrible name, but it's actually just a really cool, like, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, that used to have a fucking line, even until, like, 5 a.m. in the morning. Like, I was trying to get on that game, and there was still a fucking line. Like, they didn't have it this last year or this year, because, like, there was drama with the people that bring that game. But yeah, that fucking game is so fun. And there's, like, always a line for it, but it's so good. And it had the Evangelion main theme on it too, which is really fun to play. Awesome. I love going to arcades, especially when you can just like free play everything.
Yeah,
and there's all kinds of weird Japanese shit.
It's too bad arcades are dying, or not even. Arcades are fucking dead. It's over.
They are dead, but I think conventions are doing really well right now, and you can actually see, like, my friend who runs like the game rooms at some of these conventions, he goes to a lot of places. It's kind of his main job, is just like taking his arcade stuff to conventions for people to play, so the convention can have a game room. So, and he brings some really cool, rare, and unique stuff. So I mean, arcades are kind of still around. Huh?
Where is this convention?
MagFest is in Washington,
in Magville.
In Magville. MagFest is in Washington, D.C., and, like, the Winoka team goes to Animazement, which is in North Carolina. And then I think they do one in, like, West Salem, North Carolina, and...
But the one...
I don't know, he goes all over the place. He goes to Boston.
The one you go to. Where
the one I go to is MagFest in Maryland. It's fucking cool.
Cool. Cody.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Yeah. I've recently finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I've been playing a good bit of Spyro. I played the Resident Evil demo, so you know that. And I think that's it. Spyro, Assassin's Creed, mainly,
I really want to
yeah.
play Assassin's Creed. It looks so good. I hear so many positive things about it.
It is so freaking good. I didn't care for the ending, and I guess I got the best ending. But it was just so anticlimactic to me that I was just like, I didn't know it was the ending. I thought it was just another cutscene.
That sucks.
And yeah, I was just like, okay, this cutscene's pretty neat. And then the credits came on. I said, wait, what?
To be continued.
Like, after the credits end, you could still roam around. The game's practically infinite because the part of the story is that there's a war between the Athenians and the Spartans. And you're a mercenary, so you can work both sides. So, like, whenever you go to a country and you just kill their leaders, kill their soldiers enough, the Spartans will actually come in and take it over, and the meter will refill as a Spartan meter. So you can go around in the newly found Spartan land, kill the Spartans until their meter goes down. They go to war with the Athenians, they retake over, and you could just keep doing that to earn XP over and over and all throughout the world.
Like, when I see that game on a store shelf, like I see the $110 version, it just makes me feel gross. Because, like, I would even be okay if it was the disc and it had everything on the disc. But I know that it's the season pass in there, and it's like, I'm going to have to fucking spend as much on the DLC as the game to get that full experience, and I just don't like that.
I dumped 70 hours, maybe more, into it at this point. Because when I beat it in like 69 hours something or whatever.
Yeah, that's
a
big-ass game.
And I didn't buy the season pass.
Oh, God. It's The Witcher 3 all over again.
Uh-huh. Beat Spyro 1. I have a story about Spyro if you haven't watched my Let's Play. So if you do or don't know this, whatever. I have never played Spyro until the Reignited trilogy ever in my life.
I've heard that that's kind of a polarizing experience.
What do you mean?
Just because, like, people that play that as a modern game, they can't really appreciate it for what it is because it still kind of feels like a game that's locked in that time period where it's kind of clunky and kind of dated.
Well, my only experience with Spyro is a PlayStation 1 demo disc that had, like, the first level of Spyro 1. And that's my only interaction with it. So I got to play Spyro 1, just the first level ever, only. And playing Spyro officially for the first time with the Reignited trilogy, and that'll start being... Oh, wait, that isn't uploaded on the channel yet. It's scheduled. It'll be here near the end of the month. But spoilers, playing Spyro here in next 10 days. But yeah, like, the whole Let's Play of 1 and, like, half of 2 is uploaded already and scheduled. But I actually, I 100%ed Spyro 1 within, like, the day.
Damn.
Every single achievement in Spyro 1 and 120%ed it. So you could say I liked it.
I would hope so. Though, granted, I've completed 100% games that are garbage. So I don't know.
Yeah, I beat it, and then I went out of my way to go back, and I was like, oh, achievements. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I still got a lot to do. Like, I guess spoilers if you didn't know anything about...
Don't spoil that game for me.
It's not a main story thing. It's like side quest nonsense. There's mythical creatures in it, like there was in Origins.
Yeah, I think they advertised that actually in the trailer.
Yeah, I couldn't remember because I didn't really watch the trailer. I just bought it off a whim and then said, wow, this game is fantastic. So I still have yet to even go around and fight any of the mythical creatures in Odyssey. I have not done that yet at all, and I fucking put 70 hours into this game.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's another thing they've been kind of adding more and more. Like, that's just kind of the way games are these days, is they want you to keep playing forever and ever. And I don't like that. But like, I think they're either releasing something soon or they just released a DLC. I don't know if it's paid or not, but I think it adds like armor and some quests and I think maybe levels or something like that.
Yeah, they did an update on Odyssey because the max level was 50 and I reached that, I think, yesterday or the day before, finally. And the update took it from max cap 50 to 70.
Damn, that's a big jump.
Yeah, so you got 20 levels to grind out.
Action-adventure games are being treated like an MMO. Up in level caps and shit. It's like, fucking stop!
Yeah, they did. When they did the level cap, they did a really neat thing. Part of the update is that they if you equipped a weapon or piece of armor, you now forever have that aesthetic, so you don't need to equip your strongest and then you look all fucking ugly because you have like 800 different pieces of armor on that aren't
that's
the same
cool. Yeah,
color.
they do that in Monster Hunter too.
Yeah, so if you equipped a weapon or piece of armor that has a specific style, you forever can now go to your other weapons, press X on them, and change the look of them so they have the same stats. It just looks cosmetically different for free.
Nice, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I've been playing Prey for the first time, the new one.
How is that?
It's good so far. I'm only 2 hours in because I can only play when I record for YouTube, so haven't recorded anymore, so I'm still 2 hours in. I got it on sale on their holiday sale, so I paid $20 and got the like super edition where it's just like, here's the season pass, here's Prey, here's the DLC.
That's not
for
too
20
bad.
bucks. Yeah, so I've been playing the Moon Crash DLC where it's just randomly generated. The base is the same, but the weapons, monsters, and items are all randomly generated. And same with some, what do you call it, like environmental effects. Like, you will die, that's the point. So when you die and it regenerates the base for you to go through, there's some rooms where like I'll go through them and I'm just like, it was normal like 5 times, but then the 6th time, you know, I died and went through that same room, the whole fucking room was on fire and I couldn't get through specific doors because there was like fire in front of it. So yeah, it like changed that entire room up, so I had to work my way around things.
Nice, that's cool. That's something I definitely wanted to check out. I think I bought that on sale for like $10 on disc, but it doesn't have like the DLC or anything. But yeah, I heard when they announced that DLC that they did that randomization thing. I thought that was a really cool idea.
It's really neat.
Cool. Well,
news time?
Yeah, well, can I go? Jeez. Yeah, we're fucking super duper behind, but I'll try to go through this super quick.
Yeah, because we talked about Monster Hunter for an hour.
Yeah, we tend to do that. We talked about a couple things for longer than we probably should have, but that's okay. But I played the bare minimum of Street Fighter to get my weeklies done. At this rate, I might complete the game in 2025, but probably not. We'll see. I still want to get Cammy's Jill uniform, but I can't bring myself to pay a quarter of the cost of the game itself for a single costume. I fucking hate the current state of gaming, but that's okay. Do you guys remember when you could actually play a game and unlock stuff while playing the game? What a novel concept that is. Oh, I'm rewarded and I get new stuff for actually playing the game? Whoa. But no, now I gotta buy that shit. Would you say that you
feel a sense of pride and accomplishment?
Yeah, right? Instead of shame because you have to fucking pay for it?
I mean, the games I play, I get that. I don't know what the fuck you're playing.
Street Fighter, that's what I'm playing. It's garbage.
Ah, Street Fighter.
I'm also playing through the Last of Us campaign. I completed all the shitty multiplayer stuff, and I'm about a third of the way into the campaign.
Nice.
I'm just going through and getting all the collectibles, all the upgrades, trying to 100% it. I want to platinum that game. And
I feel so bad that you were like, I'm going to try to do this. I'm like, you can't do that.
What do you mean?
At the end, you were like, I want to do this at the end. Or something.
I still think you're wrong. I was like, I could swear I would put money on that. I'm positive. I don't think
that's the kind of game that you can fuck up your ending. It's a
set
ending.
It might be like, it might not have a consequence whether you go one way or the other, but I swear
you probably just die.
Yeah, you probably do or something.
Your partner
died.
But
at the end of my playthrough, I will let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure it's a thing, but we'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, that game's kind of a fucking pain in the ass to platinum because there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 collectibles, which is fucking stupid. And it
Wait, for what game?
For The Last of Us.
At least you don't have to pay for them, though.
And yeah, they're free. And it requires...
No, you just have to pay for the map to find the collectibles.
God, that would be fucking terrible. And it takes at least 2 playthroughs to get everything, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's a great game, so it's at least enjoyable while I do it, so there's that. The multiplayer was just a fucking grind. I didn't really enjoy that a whole lot, but that's done, so yay.
It was stupid.
And yeah, and I played the Resident Evil 2 remake, and that was good shit, and that's about it. So yeah, it's time for some news. Oh,
now,
Shayla, she should have chimed in, and then everybody would have participated.
Oh, my bad.
Great, good job.
That was the laziest do I have ever heard.
I think
it was like, I got my to-do in, now everybody shut up.
Dude. All right, so Netflix is being sued over Bandersnatch by the rights holders of Choose Your Own Adventure.
That's so fucking dumb.
It's the dumbest. Everybody, we are so lawsuit happy these days. It's fucking getting ridiculous. But the company appropriately named Choose Co, unbeknownst to me, owns the copyright on Choose Your Own Adventure, which seems fucking ridiculous. That's like having the copyright to action adventure.
That's like somebody suing somebody over a dance because, we can sue people over a pattern of footsteps now. Carlton.
That's like when fucking... Oh, you guys messed me up. Now I forgot.
But yeah, so Choose Co and Netflix engaged in an extensive negotiations that were ongoing for a number of years, but Netflix did not receive a license. So on at least one occasion before the release of Bandersnatch, Choose Co sent a written cease and desist request to Netflix, asking Netflix to stop using the Choose Your Own Adventure mark in connection with its marketing efforts for the television program. Everybody just needs to chill the fuck out. Good lord. Stop suing everybody over everything. It's like, oh, I'm calling this a Choose Your Own Adventure because you can choose your fucking own adventure. How do you own a copyright on that? Fuck off.
I remember
Going
what
back
it's
to
like.
putting on
It's
my
like when
song.
Fine Brothers tried to copyright like React.
React? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You can't react to anything now because we own the rights to react.
It makes
I
no
don't-
If you want to
sense.
react, you gotta sign up for React
What else?
World.
Yeah. What else was Netflix supposed to call it?
I know. It's
Make
so
your own decisions.
I would
Well,
say,
mean,
I
like,
would say, be like, call it Pathfinder, but then I'm like, shit, Pathfinder already exists.
Did you guys ever read the Mario Brothers Choose Your Own Adventure books?
no, I heard about those.
Those were the shit. Those were like my favorite books ever when I was little.
Every time I hear Mario Brothers now, I think of that fucking quote of like, if their last name is Mario, then is it like Mario?
Mario. They did that in the fucking movie.
My God.
Why would you even speak of that atrocity?
I like that movie.
Oh God.
I've just been sitting here this whole time looking at this news page with a fucking bombshell.
Coming soon. A bombshell of news.
Yeah. I hope you're ready. I hope you've heard of this one.
Go for it.
All right. So apparently Randy Pitchford of Gearbox Software, Borderlands guys, the CEO, who's just like, Borderlands is my creation, it's my baby, that guy, he apparently secretly smuggled $12 million from the company for himself. And not only that, but I guess, as this quote says, at a Dallas, Texas restaurant, Pitchford himself left behind a USB drive by accident. When someone searching that USB drive, they have found child pornography.
Fuck.
This sounds like a little bullshitty. Like, really? He just happened to leave a flash drive there that had all this incriminating fucking stuff on it?
That part is shady. Like, I'm just like, damn, $12 million and you're a pedo? Not to say that I believe it immediately, because the flash drive thing, that crept up after the 12 million. But the 12 million thing sounds pretty legit.
How do you get away with $12 million and nobody notices? I mean, it's possible for sure. Shit like that happens all the time, but like,
I might be taking this out of context, but from my glimpses of the news, there was a lawyer for the company, and he knew about it, but he kept it secret until he didn't work there anymore. And he recently spoke up about it. And, you know, if you knew about it and you didn't say anything, doesn't that make you just as bad as Randy Pitchford stealing
Pretty
fucking...
sure that holds you legally accountable, yeah.
Yeah.
So good job, buddy. Way to fucking incriminate yourself.
And so I was like, bombshell. I was just like, holy shit.
Damn.
So I've been seeing people on fucking Twitter. I seen this one guy. He had it was signed by like the development team at Gearbox, a signed copy, like sealed of Borderlands 1, like framed, signed by the dev team and Randy Pitchford. And he just took it off his wall, walked over it, and just put it in the trash and just closed the lid.
Wow.
I was just like, damn. Like, that was a prized possession. Now it's all fucking
now it's
filth.
garbage. That's sad. You
Yeah.
never know with people. People be crazy.
That's just crazy to me. I'm
Yeah, I'll
just
be
like,
curious to see kind of where that
how do
goes.
you get away with $12
if that's
million,
all, like,
Randy?
legitimate or not.
At least fucking make it 10 mil and pay that lawyer $2 million so he shuts the fuck up.
Right? That's kind of a no-brainer, you would think.
Jeez.
I mean, what the fuck? Wow.
Randy, you idiot.
Wow.
Silly Randy. It's sad because, like, Gearbox was the first company I ever looked up to in, like, game design in my life. Because when I played Borderlands, I held it in such high regard that, to me, first learning about the company and, like, watching interviews, not recently, but I mean, like, first hearing about Gearbox and Borderlands 1 came out, I actually looked up to Randy Pitchford, and I was like, man, that's a cool fucking guy right there.
How old were you?
Ah,
That's
God,
the
when did
fucking
Borderlands
right
1
there.
come out?
That's how he gets you.
That's how he, oh my God, I just realized that you did. Oh no.
When I was little, I looked up to this guy that apparently was a pedophile.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but did you
crazy.
play that Aliens Colonial Marines though? That was a
Here's
good
the
game.
thing.
Oh my
I'm gonna
fucking
do a
God.
let's play of that because I went out and bought that like a
Ugh.
few months ago.
Ugh.
I have that, and I tried to return it to EB Games, and they're like, no, we don't want
No, we don't want it.
All sales
like,
on
I,
that game
they're
are
like,
final.
no.
I
I
don't
gonna
care
sell
that
it
it's not
again.
opened.
I have it on my shelf behind me right now, and it
I'm
has yet to
looking
go
right
in
at
my
it.
360, and I'm
Same.
ready to make a series on it.
Same.
I'm looking
yeah,
right at
I
it.
have it too. I
Garbage,
think I picked it up for like
garbage.
$3 or something like that.
Yeah, that's about what I picked it up for.
And it was too much.
Shayla, wasn't it you that was like, we're all playing this game, you should get it, and then like I got it, and
Oh,
you were
no.
like, did you get it? Because no, it's horrible, don't get it. I'm like, it's too late.
I would be so upset if you
Oh,
talked me into
no.
buying fucking
I paid, like,
Colonial
$5.
Marines. That's
I
a
paid $5.
friendship ender right there.
Yeah, the game was so bad. What was it? Is that the game you got, John?
Yeah, that was the game that you guys were all playing, and then like
We were like,
I
no,
bought it
buy
right away, but you
don't
didn't think I would. And you were like,
Bruh.
don't buy it. It's too
Don't
late.
buy
I
it,
paid $5.
it's buy. You're like, I already bought it. And I was like, no!
I'm sorry. Don't hate me, please.
Sounds about right.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Just random news now. So
It's
I
happening.
guess we'll use that to segue into the next news item. Amazon is working on a new video game streaming service. So
Why do people think this is new news when they've
Well,
announced this fucking 4
because
years ago?
it's more of an update.
It's
This in
resurfacing.
itself isn't news, but it's getting a lot closer to becoming a real thing. So the service aims to eliminate the need for hardware required to run demanding games by running the games on powerful data centers and streaming the content directly to whatever platform that you want. Smartphone, tablets, smart TVs, whatever. The service is expected to release sometime in or after 2020. And this is going to join Microsoft's Project xCloud and Google's Project Stream service that all pretty much do the same thing. So we're going into the generation of streaming. So it seems like we're already leaving digital and going into the next platform, which is crazy because like I guess it's a form of digital, but it still feels like it's its own platform because it's
Well, I
it's a
mean,
different
everybody
way
that
to
has
deliver
fucking
content.
Sony's PlayStation Plus, Sony Now, whatever the fuck it's called,
PS Now, kind of.
PS Now, they all praise that. So I'm just like, yeah, I guess it's gonna kind of take off, but I don't know how far it's gonna get because here's the thing. I know how you feel about digital. You're just like, burn it all, fuck it, whatever. Can't physically burn it, but
The
whatever.
worst. Yeah, I was gonna say the worst thing is I can't even burn it.
I'm fine with digital, you know that, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's no matter what we do, we're gonna be into the digital age, so I'm just
Sure.
accepting it. I'm fine with it because I'm just like, no matter what, it's gonna happen. Now, streaming games, no, I'm not okay with that. There's so many problems that could arise from that.
Yeah, for me, it's like it's the end of video games as we know it. It's on the horizon. So first we get discs and cartridges that we own and can do with as we want. Then they take that away and they give us games digitally where we have no control over the ownership or accessibility of the game. And now we're not even going to have the game in any form at all. It's simply going to be temporarily streamed to us on an as-needed basis. How the fuck is everyone just willing to swallow this garbage?
I'm not.
It's crazy. And
Here's the thing. I'll try it out. If it's a good service, then I'll be like, yeah. But I just I see too many problems for me to feel like I would enjoy it.
Well, the thing is, too, like, sure, it doesn't matter what your hardware is. You have to have a damn good internet connection to make that work. And since you're solely dependent on the internet, like, if there's any kind of a glitch, you lose connection for a split second, it's going to interrupt your game. Like,
Right.
you're just going to be playing along, and then boom, just because you lost connection for a split second, it's going to just shut your game down. And you're fucked. There's nothing you can do about that.
See,
and
at
most
least with
markets
Xbox Game Pass, even if I'm offline, if I paid for 1 month of Game Pass and I lost internet, it actually still lets me play it offline.
Yeah, that's going to go away. Yeah, so it's just getting worse and worse. And on top of these services, the rumor has it that the next Xbox console is going to be a streaming-focused console as well. So
I heard
it's-
Project Scarlet will be a
Yes.
streaming one, but other than
it's
Scarlet,
both.
they have 1 or 2 Xboxes in the works right now. One is the streaming one, and they said that'll make it cheaper because they don't have to put the disc drive in and everything like that. And they said they got a secondary Xbox in the works, which I can't remember if they released the code name or not, that will not be a streaming only console where you could still play physical and digital and blah blah blah. But Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Xbox
it's
76.
Oh god. Yeah, it's basically two variations of the same console. Like it's both going to be like the same platform, but yeah, one will be diskless and one will just be 100% streaming. But the problem with that is with the market clearly going to streaming as, you know, Google and Amazon and all these companies get involved in it, and Microsoft is also investing in it, obviously including that into their console. I mean, it's convenience like we talk about with digital. People unknowingly are going to buy into this, not looking at the ramifications, and it's just going to take the fuck off. They're going to be like, I'm not going to pay the extra to get this disc-based system when I can just have this small box. It's cheaper, and I can just have all my stuff immediately. Like,
right.
People are just going to buy into it immediately, and then the numbers are going to reflect that, and then that's going to be another notch into, oh, we should make things digital. Or not digital, but streaming.
Around the apparent rumor mill, I heard that the next Xbox will have, like, focus on VR too, so guess that's gonna be the Kinect's replacement. Can I go tangent about Kinect real quick?
We don't have time.
Okay.
We're already at an hour.
All right.
Bring it up next
Moving
time.
on.
Bring it up next time.
If I remember.
There's always room for a tangent. Well, except for now. So next thing we got, there is a new Alien game titled Alien Blackout.
Garbage.
And yeah, did you like Alien Isolation? Have you been waiting patiently for a sequel? Well, tough shit. You're never going to get that. You're never ever going to get that. But you will get is a half-assed pseudo-sequel on a platform that encapsulates horror games like no other. What platform is that? Your mobile phone.
Nintendo 64.
Your mobile phone.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Come on, guys. You're telling me you don't have phones? No.
Yeah. Oh, God. What a clusterfuck that was. But
How
yeah.
are you referencing Diablo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm referencing Diablo Immortal.
But yeah, so like people really liked Alien Isolation, and people have been wanting a sequel, and then they give us a side story or something, and it's on a fucking mobile platform.
It's what I could catch of it. It's Five Nights at Freddy's Alien skinned.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
sit in one room and you look at monitors and you guide crew members to other rooms to safety,
That's
and you
such
sit in one
bullshit.
room and
Nobody
try Five
wants
Nights
that.
the Alien.
It's like you have everybody asking for this thing, and they're like, oh, well, we don't want to give you that, but we'll give you this really shitty version of that on a platform that you don't want it on.
They just didn't learn from fucking
Diablo.
Blizzard, apparently.
Yeah, Blizzard.
I was
Yeah,
like,
and that's
what's
the
their
thing,
name?
too. This came about after that whole clusterfuck. You think they would look at that and be like, maybe we should not? And then the last item we have is a double dose of Destiny news. So, first off, Bungie released the final piece of paid DLC for Destiny 2, but you can't play it because it's locked behind the most complex puzzle ever devised by man. Or woman.
Money.
Hashtag 2014. 2014.
The money is the most complex puzzle.
It is.
Yeah, so Bungie thought it would be all cute and shit by making the community solve a complicated puzzle to open up a door that gets you to the new content. Content that you
Nice.
paid for. This is
Nice.
fucking DLC. So not only do we have to pay for DLC, but we have to unlock it too? Wow.
Here's the thing, I kind of like the idea, but also here's the thing as well. Nobody solved the puzzle within the 24 hours and they got locked out.
Exactly, yeah. To gain access to the new DLC, at least one person across the entire community would have to solve the puzzle. And the puzzle was so complicated that across 2 days, with some players spending 18 or more hours straight working on this, nobody could figure it out. So Bungie had to go in and unlock the DLC
for actually
manually.
making something and not holding their hand.
Well, I looked up a couple of pictures of this puzzle. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't even understand how anyone could begin to fucking decode what the hell ever that puzzle is. It's stupid.
It's like you gotta learn a new language to solve it and get access.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a cool idea if it was done right, but this should have been done on something that's free. You know, like, oh, here's this content that we're giving to you guys. If you can solve this puzzle, you get it. Don't fucking lock off DLC that you paid for behind this impossible puzzle. That's fucking bullshit.
Apparently they're rectifying it somehow already and they're figuring...
Well, they already unlocked it, but people had to wait 2 days, And especially the people that were trying to figure it out, they've got to be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
But like, so the people that paid for it had to wait 2 days, and then the people that were trying to solve it get that frustration of never being able to even solve the shit, and they wasted all that time. It's so shitty.
I would have made it at least like a week, instead of 24 hours.
Apparently somebody broke it.
Again, like, if it was free, yeah, they should have given it maybe like a week. But not if it's paid. You can't withhold content from people that you took money from for this content.
They're still getting the content, though.
Yeah, eventually.
About it.
I'd be
Like,
pissed.
not
It's
people,
like
the developers.
It's like, hey, we decided to put Resident Evil 3 full campaign in Resident Evil 2. It's going to cost $40, but you can't play it until you solve this fucking puzzle that was created by a rocket scientist. Like, fuck off.
Okay, and if nobody can solve it, then they'll still unlock it, so...
Yeah, but I'm not waiting.
You're waiting to get it anyway, either or.
But that's the thing, you're going to make me wait for a game that you charged me for? That doesn't even sound legal.
But it's not a game if it's DLC.
I want to know who designed the puzzle that was that hard.
I know, right?
Like who, that's like that guy somehow was like, dude, you're our only hope. You have to build the most impossible puzzle. It'll give us an extra 2 weeks to fucking finish the game, and the gamers won't be able to figure it out for like 2 weeks. Just do the puzzle.
Yeah, do the puzzle quick. It'll save us. But no, this is actually like this. If this had been done correctly, it would have been really cool.
That was the case, though.
Like, even if they did something like this content's coming out, like maybe you can even do paid content in this instance. But like, okay, this DLC's coming out in 2 weeks. But if you can solve this puzzle, you can play it now. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But like, this was not part of marketing. People didn't buy this DLC expecting, oh, it's going to be locked behind this puzzle. It's like, oh, here's the DLC that you prepaid for. Oh, and by the way, you can't play it until you solve this puzzle. That's horseshit.
Like, that sounds horrible, but at least they were just like, the upside to that is at least they said, oh, you're not locked out forever. One person, just one, has to figure it out, and then everybody's good.
But they made it so hard that no one could even figure it out.
Yeah, but that's the balancing scale. It's like they might have made it hard, but it only takes one person to solve it for everybody to get access.
And like, somebody made the point too, like, what if you took a weekend off of work to play this DLC that you paid for, and then you get on, and guess what? You can't play it. It's out, it's released, you paid for it, but now you took this time off to play this game, and you can't.
Well, I mean, you could still play it.
No, not the DLC that you took the time off to play specifically, because it's locked behind a fucking puzzle.
But the DLC is part of the puzzle. Part of the
DLC was the puzzle.
Well, the DLC was the puzzle.
The DLC is part of the puzzle, or the puzzle is part of the DLC, should I say. So you're still playing the DLC. You're just trying to help solve a mystery so you can get more DLC.
Oh my god, whatever.
Do you know what the fucking content was, though?
I'd be pissed.
It was like 2 skins.
Yeah, they finally open up the door and it's nothing. It's a loot box.
That's horrible.
Skin for your ghost and
Wait, there was no gameplay behind the puzzle?
No, there is.
Oh, okay. I thought she
jokes.
said that the reward behind the puzzle was just 2 skins and nothing else. I was about to say that.
I didn't know there was something else.
Yeah, no,
I found like a 5-second clip of people who finally beat the puzzle. They just like turn around and it's opening and they're like, where?
They just quit Destiny forever at that point. I don't even give a shit anymore. I think that's a really, really bad way to fucking release content, and a good way to alienate your fan base. Good job, Bungie.
Okay, here's the difference, and here's how I'm seeing it. I don't think it's really alienating anybody. It's just like, yeah, cool, it's part of the DLC, the puzzle. Now, alienating people would be that dumb shit they pulled when they first released the game, when the first paid DLC came out, and then people were like, oh, cool, the new raid is out, and it's updated and in my game, and then they go to access, and they go, you have to buy the season pass to get access to this raid. That would be locking people out of content, forcing them to buy DLC. But the puzzle's part of the DLC. It's part of the experience. That's like saying, "Oh, I bought this DLC."
Let's put it this way. Okay, so you go and you buy a car, and you pay full price for that car. You drive it off the lot, and you try to go to the back seat and try to open the back doors, and they don't open. You call the dealer, and they're like, or you're like, "What the fuck? I can't get into the back. I can't get into the back seat of my car. What's going on? I paid full price for this, and I still can't get into the back seat of my car." And they're just like, "Oh, well, you just have to solve this puzzle, and you can get right in there."
No, there's a difference, because at a car dealership, they actually have to disclose that you have to solve the puzzle before buying it.
Well, shouldn't the fucking publishing company have to disclose that you have to solve a puzzle before accessing the DLC that you paid for?
But the gameplay is the puzzle!
It's not, though.
It's part of the DLC.
Though. They even said specifically, to get to the DLC that you paid for, the actual DLC that they took your money for, you have to solve this puzzle. Therefore, the puzzle's not part of the DLC.
Okay, if I get into Destiny right now and I boot it up, will I have access to the puzzle?
Yes.
I don't know.
You have
maybe.
access. You have access to the room. You can't open the door unless there's a reason to open it.
Boom.
So it's part of the DLC.
But is it a puzzle that once someone solves it, like anyone could just look it up and solve it?
No, you have to pay for it.
Oh.
So so they did it in Destiny 1. Nobody bitched about it then. There was a room built into the game, and it was part of DLC, and it was there, and people could access it, but they couldn't do anything with it. It was an empty room.
But you're saying this is part of the DLC?
It was part of Destiny 1's DLC. People found a room, and you could go in it, and later on it became part of DLC and was part of gameplay. And there was a room in there that you couldn't really get into until the DLC came out. So, now Destiny 2 comes along, there's a room there, apparently I can access it if I go onto it, but I can't actually do anything with it, gameplay-wise, until I buy the DLC. So the gameplay is part of the DLC. The room's there, but the gameplay of the puzzle is part of the DLC. So the gameplay is part of the DLC.
So we have to move on. It's scummy. It's a little scummy. But
they unlocked it for everybody, so how's it scummy? I mean, I'm all for shitting on Destiny 2, because fuck Activision and Bungie and what they did with it.
If Destiny's your thing, and like that's your Resident Evil 2 that you've been waiting for, and you took time off to play that game, and you paid for it in advance, and you go to play it and you can't, and you have to wait 2 days for any reason at all, you're going to be pissed.
Right. But
there you have it.
It's part of the gameplay, though.
Yeah, well, that's some shitty-ass gameplay.
It's shitty-ass gameplay. So, can't fault them for that. I can't defend shitty gameplay.
So the other part of the Bungie news is that Bungie announced that they are splitting with Activision. They're going to have full ownership of Destiny going forward. So they're no longer going to have to deal with Activision's horse shit that they have been since they initially partnered to make Destiny. So that'll be kind of interesting. The partnership between the two companies has mostly been kind of a rocky one, with Activision focusing more on like the business aspect and Bungie more on the quality of the product. So they kind of butted heads with that, and
it came out shitty on both games.
Pretty much. Most of the community blames Activision for the business side of it ruining the gameplay stuff and doing like loot boxes and these shitty DLC maneuvers that they've been doing. So now that Activision is gone and Bungie is going to be taking that over, it's going to be interesting to see kind of what they do with that, if all these shitty DLCs and all these missteps that they've been making in the past, if that's going to carry forward.
Yeah, if that all goes away, we know who to blame.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it stays, we know who to blame.
Yeah, Bungie's going to be fucked. Because not only does that clarify that it was Bungie, or at least partially Bungie, that was causing all this shit, but then they've basically lied. You know, like they've, in the eyes of the community, they've been the victim. Guys. You know, yeah, they've been like, oh, well, it's not our fault. We just want to give you a good game. And then they get the rights to own the game in its entirety, and then things continue to be shitty and shady. That's going to make them look real bad.
So now that Bungie is going self-publishing for good, do you think that Bungie's going to not only self-publish the Bungie titles, their new IP, which they haven't announced yet that they got that $100 million for, and their own game, Destiny, and Destiny 3, if that's a thing, do you think that they're going to actually start reaching out to other developers and publishing their games as well and become a parent company?
In today's climate, maybe. I mean, that kind of seems to be what people are doing. You know, they're turning into distribution centers and
Epic.
multi-layered publishers and branching outside of their actual company. So I don't know, maybe we'll see what they do.
I haven't heard anyone bring up that topic yet because they're just like, oh, Bungie's going self-publishing. Bungie's going to just push out Destiny by themselves now. I see self-publishing as, okay, you can self-publish your own game, but now that you're a publishing company as well, partly, I was like, oh, are you going to expand that? Like, get some indie developers, be like, I like your game, we can publish that.
Honestly, I think they'll probably step away from Destiny and do whatever their other project is that they're working on and see where that goes. And if that does well enough, then maybe they'll grow from that. But I don't think they're big enough and in a position where they can just right out the gate do something that monumental. They have a lot of recovery to do.
Oh yeah, they have a few years before they announce anything.
Yeah. But I mean, they have the potential. You know, they built themselves up super strong with Halo and kind of killed that with Destiny. But
I thought it was weird going on Twitter and then seeing like the news, and as soon as I saw the news, fucking Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, goes, I'm looking forward to our new partnership working with you guys in the future on the new projects. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean, Phil?
Wow.
Hashtag bring Bungie home.
That would be great if they fucking bought Bungie back and put them back on Halo. That'd be great.
I don't think they would put them back on Halo. They'd just be like, oh yeah, Bungie's making a new first-party IP for us, and it's not Halo.
I mean, Microsoft's been all about like buying and growing their development team, so
they've been binge shopping lately this past year.
They're trying to consume more developers to kind of grow
and get more within this past year they went from 3 to I think 13 total first party developers.
But at this point Bungie is probably a little bit too expensive for the risk, I would think. I think if they do release this whatever game they're working on and it's a good game and they kind of establish themselves a little bit better, I think maybe then they'd be willing to spend the money that Bungie's probably going to ask to be bought. But until then, I don't know. I think that's a risk.
I don't know. I feel like Bungie, like, it'd be nice if they came home, but I feel like Bungie's going to be third-party semi with Microsoft now, but they're not going to get bought out in any way. I feel like they're going to deny every deal that comes to them unless it's like a $4 billion fucking deal like Minecraft. And no one's going
to give them that deal at this point. There's no way.
Yeah, no I don't even think Microsoft would be like, our golden boy, here's $4 billion. I don't think they would do that.
Nope. In my opinion, they're not even $1 billion company.
They're not a $1 billion company.
Yeah. I don't even think they have that potential right now. Not until they essentially fix their brand.
They don't. But they honestly don't. Bungie has fallen from grace for me, so I'm excited about the future.
It's period. They have fallen from grace.
Yeah, ever since they left Microsoft, they just went immediately downhill.
But who knows? It could be Activision's fault. You know, the rumors could be true that they tainted Bungie and maybe they'll fix everything. Who knows?
Did you hear about the champagne?
What?
So apparently in studio, from one of the insiders that works at Bungie, when they announced, they like gathered everybody up in the company and announced that they're splitting from Activision,
and they partied.
when they announced it, everybody was so hype, they popped champagne and started cheering.
That's kind of sad. They were like prisoners in their own company.
That's like, that tells me that's like, if you're having a fucking party from splitting with that company, it must have been rough.
Well, hey, it could be worse. They could be Telltale.
Yeah, you could be Telltale. It could be worse. Can't be Telltale with Activision money. It's impossible.
I don't know. Anything's possible.
I don't know. Telltale went self-publishing, and now they're no more.
Yeah, maybe.
But they didn't have Activision money.
Yeah. Well, neither does Bungie now.
Now Bungie doesn't have Activision money, so they might go all Telltale. I doubt it, because they have name recognition. Like, Telltale had name recognition, but they had The Walking Dead Season 1, And if you look at the charts, that's actually their highest selling game of all time, and nothing has gone halfway close to that. So, but I feel like Bungie hasn't had a one-hit wonder. Like, Destiny's big, Halo was big. They got name recognition to carry them for a good few years. Like, if they could put out shit, people are gonna buy it. It'll damage their name, but they could still float on that. Let's just hope they don't post shit to float on.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It could go either way at this point.
I feel like they're gonna do good. I have all of the faith in the world right now for Bungie, and I wish them the best.
Yeah, me too. I'm optimistic.
I'm excited for it to the future.
Either way, it's a good turn of events because we need to see one way or the other what Bungie's made of.
And it has to
You
be
got
good.
any more news, Shaun?
Nope. Do you?
This
I
better
have
be
one.
good news. They broke out the champagne.
I have one.
Yeah.
Well, no, fuck you. Shayla first. She said.
If I had one, I forgot it.
Wow, you're the worst. Go ahead, Jazz.
Well,
Go ahead, Shayla.
I was just gonna say the only stuff I had to say was just like new Monster Hunter stuff. That there's some new cool quests I saw on Twitter. One with like a giant pig and a giant jagger.
And apparently Geralt from Witcher is gonna
That's
have a Monster Hunter event.
Yeah, I think they actually dated that, but
Yeah, February 8th.
Oh, good, you got it. What is it?
February 8th.
Ooh, that's soon.
Soon.
I'm in the mood for chocolate all of a sudden. Now I want to leave and go eat chocolate. Can we?
What's
should
your
wrap
name,
this up.
Jazz?
Oh, I was actually going to be just retarded to make fun of the one last time. I was going to be like, do you know that KFC is made of chicken?
Did you know that Randy Pitchford's a pedophile?
Burger King.
But I actually don't have any.
Wow, you're terrible. I mean, it's kind of some of those items were kind of big, but overall, slow news week. And it's January, it's the slow time for video games for the most part. So kind of expect some slower news weeks until things pick up a little bit. But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. We'll go into updates and bring this to a close.
What's the updates thing again?
That was better than last week. You're getting there.
I never went back.
Almost like a siren though. Perfect.
Update police car.
Blue light special. Something.
Blue light.
Yeah, why not? Red light? Would you prefer the red light?
All right, what is this
No, blue light
wrapping
is
up?
beer. I love it.
Wow. So for me, it's safe to say that the update section is kind of in limbo for me specifically just because my situation, at least until I get a new apartment, without access to the tools I need to make content, I'm kind of shit out of luck. I lost the holiday, quickly losing January, in which I had tons of plans to do content surrounding Resident Evil 2.
you, Shaun.
Do it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I wanted to already be done and posting for Resident Evil 2 that I just can't do right now until I get a place. But I'll be working on that content whenever I can. Might come a little bit later than I wanted to, so bear with me. Life can be an unforgiving asshole. But in the meantime, I'll be focusing on the content that I can create. Kind of like the audio dramedy that I'm going to be doing with Diz, and scripting, and just basic stuff like that. So I will be working on stuff, and hopefully this isn't going to be much longer, maybe a couple of weeks, I hope. We'll see. But once that changes, I will let you guys know on the podcast, and we'll just kind of go from there. But yeah, what about you, Jazz? Lighten the mood by sharing the wealth of projects that you have nearing completion.
Nearing completion?
When life gives you lemons, sometimes you gotta suck a dick. I don't know, something like that.
What?
Wow. When life gives you coconuts, you ride to Camelot.
What the fuck? Like I said earlier, I was trying to work a little bit on that playthrough I did of the demo, and then on that I used like a USB key to get the videos off my PS4, and I noticed that I had already uploaded one from a different playthrough, so that's another one coming up.
Oh, nice.
I hope it wasn't Randy Pitchford's USB.
Oh God, there it is. We found it.
And I forgot what I was gonna say.
Are you working on a machinima?
Waffle Poop Productions, y'all.
Waffle poop, y'all. I've been editing more and more on episode 3 of Irrelevations.
Are you gonna send me that same fucking screenshot that you always send me to indicate that you've been working on stuff?
No, I got a new one now. Well, I sent you
now
a picture.
You can use that one for the next 6 weeks.
What is with this picture? And I was like, it's actually a screenshot. That's pretty much what I've been up to.
How about you, Shayla?
I've been editing my Monster Hunter machinima, and I need lines from people. Like,
we need lines from you.
Yeah, you need to, like, I thought about that. You told me, like, you guilt tripped me, like, saying, oh, I don't have your lines yet, but you never even gave me them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought you did. Anyway, that's all. I'm just working.
Machinima.
Wow, and I
Are
thought
we still doing
much.
plugs?
No, just kidding. But,
wow.
Yeah, how about you, Cody? What are you working on?
Well, right now I gotta
You don't
still
get
film.
plugs because people know who you are. You were on the podcast, so just tell us what you're doing.
What if they're new to the podcast?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Fine, you can do it because it's been a while. But first tell us what you're doing, and then plug yourself.
Yeah, kind of just doing a whole bunch of Let's Plays. Working on an album, but that really is kind of out of the realm of YouTube. But I got the next few weeks covered in Let's Plays. Spyro's coming up. Some Prey. Prey isn't uploaded yet, but that's a coming. And yeah, videos every day, 3 p.m. I'm trying to keep on schedule this year. Oh, I forgot Need for Speed Payback is going on right now on the channel. So yeah, and I just posted the RE2 demo yesterday.
The RE2 demo by demo.
Yeah, pretty much. So you could check that out at Demo Demon. That's all you gotta look for on YouTube. And
search it.
Yeah,
I almost said
Demo
Google
Demon.
it, but you can't Google things on YouTube, so never mind.
YouTube is Google. You're just Googling videos.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I post every day, 3 p.m. and constantly working, and yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming out daily.
When's your machinima coming out?
Mine?
Yeah.
I've been thinking again recently about booting up because I re-uploaded the first episode today, actually. More at 11 with Cunt Clarkson. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, Shaun remembers it. I said that earlier, and Jazz was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've never even heard about it, so how do you expect me to remember it?
Whoa. How can I remember things I don't know?
Back when I first posted it, but yeah, I reposted the first episode that was posted on Christmas Eve 2017. Re-uploaded that today, and that's just like a green screened Halo character. I made a new set and green screened him in there. So his name is Cunt Clarkson, and his weatherman Radical Steve,
I feel offended.
and his weatherman Radical Steve, and the out on field lady Sarah Mick. What it doesn't matter.
What's your phone number, Demo? 555.
555 BSCK. So yeah, hopefully I'll start doing machinima again soon, but
yeah, you should.
Right now I've just been
It's super easy, and you can put it together in a matter of seconds.
It's not super
Fucking coming from you, Mr. 10 years.
Oh.
Wow.
Shaun has tenure.
Wow. Triggered. That was supposed to be ironic because it's not true. Fuck off.
That's not irony, then it's lie. It's lyrony.
Lyrony. But people think that I can just whip together a machinima in 30 seconds and be done, but it doesn't work like that.
It's true. We do.
It's impossible.
Alright.
Leon died.wmb.
There you go. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, punch the person to your left as hard as you possibly can, and maybe also subscribe and stuff. Have a great day and week, and we will see you Monday.
Bye. Bye-bye.